Hi, Mark Medina with the LA Times. I'm here with another Lakers post-game wrap, but in a different venue. We're in Anaheim at the Honda Center, where the Lakers just came off another exhibition game against the Utah Jazz. Same result, though, 82-74 loss to Utah. Again, preseason game, results don't matter, but here are some of the quick storylines. Obviously, Kobe Bryant is always going to be talked about after every game, whether he's making progress on a surgically repaired right knee. And in some ways, people have used that as a barometer, as looking at his shooting percentage. And he went 2 of 13 from the field tonight and only scored 7 points. But to be honest, I thought he looked fine out there. He was moving, he was posting up, he was cutting, he was making some good decisions off reads. I think his fluidity and movement has still stayed the same, probably about as strong as when he scored 19 points in the third quarter against Utah on Sunday. So I think it's a matter of, he's just trying to build strength. That's something that Coach Phil Jackson said as well after the game. But I think that pretty much there are some more pressing storylines other than Bryant's knee, which will always be talked about. Steve Blake, he showed tonight that he's a feisty one. He got a technical foul mixing it up with Francisco Elson. It looked like that Elson got a rebound and elbowed Blake, and then in return, Blake was trying to steal the ball and over his back, hit his head, and a skirmish almost happened. Team broke it up, but he got teed up. But actually ignited a little bit of a run from the Lakers, because they started off pretty sluggish. They didn't really seem like they were in any rhythm whatsoever, and pretty much kind of lacked some of the hustle plays they needed to win this game. So the second unit definitely bolstered itself there. And you look at the stat sheet, they outplayed the starting lineup. They had 3 players scoring double figures in Steve Blake, Matt Barnes, and Shannon Brown. The starting lineup only featured Pau Gasol with 11 points, and he didn't even look that good either. He looked like emotionless and lacking energy, and it looked like Al Jefferson was beating him. Even Fisenko was getting a few dunks on him, which is a little, head scratching. But again, it's a preseason game. One thing that, regardless of whether it's a preseason game or a regular season game, that's going to have a lot of implications are these technical fouls. The Lakers got called for 3 of them tonight. Blake's was understandable, but the other 2, I don't know what the refs are talking about. Matt Barnes simply clapped his hands after a foul in frustration. They said that was an overt reaction. Kobe Bryant, just had a puzzled and frustrated look after he was called for a foul, and that was considered an overt reaction. And the reality is the league just passed this rule heading into the season where they're going to enforce more of those type of reactions, so there's not as many demonstrative acts toward calls, which is understandable and it's good for the game, but it doesn't seem like they're really calling it consistently. Players are getting confused. There was one time where Ron Artest was called for a foul, and he wasn't even sure if that was just a regular foul or a technical foul. One time, Jerry Sloan called timeout, and the whistle happened, and everyone thought that maybe he was getting teed up. So it's created mass confusion among the coaches, players, and fans. And I really think it takes a lot of enjoyment out of the game, because it's technically just a free throw shooting contest, and there's not that many consistent standards in the way they are enforcing. So it'll be interesting to see how they move about moving forward, whether they continue to enforce it this way, causing players to have to adjust to it, or whether they scrap it all together, or if the league says that the rule's still in place, but they wind up enforcing it a little bit differently. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. That's all for now. Thanks a lot for watching.